Okay, so good evening, guys. So this week we'll just it's been a while, but this week we'll be looking at some text animations. We've never gone over text animation before, so it's now time to look at it a little bit. So this is just I typed out just this word in After Effects. I just typed out my name. So we want to be looking at some easy ways to do text animation from effects and presets. So that's what we'll be looking at. So if you're not seeing effects and presets on your right-hand side, all you have to do is you go to Windows, then you try to find effects and presets, then you mark it. So the tab will automatically pop up. So when you go to effects and presets, what you definitely just do is, since you want to do text animation, all you have to do is just type in text in the search part of things. So text. So once you type in text, you see it brings out a lot of things. But what you're going to be looking at is under this text itself. So you first close the drop down, then you open it again. So to bring multiple more options. So now, as you can see, there's got a lot of options for text animations, and these are all one of them. So they all have different uses, but the main one I want us to be looking at is two things. These basically animations that mean animating. What it means that animating is meaning that the text or the typography would be out of view. Maybe it would be coming from the side or out of view. Then when you want to animate, it comes into view. You understand? So that's what it is for. While the animate out is maybe as it is narrating down already, is already in view. Maybe you want to do animate out, so you want to make it maybe outro. Let's think of it like an outro of the typography. So that's the difference between animating and animate out. Now, when we click the drop down for animating, there are different options. All these particular ones are presets. So to use those presets, let me just give you an example. All you have to do is just drag. Let's try this spiral center. Just drag it on top of your layer, which is the text is on. It automatically brings out uh keyframes. That's what the preset is for. It's an animation preset that is already being done by After Effects. So once you just drag it there, it automatically adds the keyframes for it. Now, as you can see, the keyframes are between they did two keyframes. They did fade in, then spiral, and they are between from the beginning to the end over here. As you can see the keyframes. As you can see, I'm dragging it, it's showing an animation. So to play the animation, let's just put this last keyframe over. Then drag them closer. If you drag them closer, the spiral animation will become faster, as you can see. So if you want it to even be longer, to be slower, all you have to do is just drag the keyframes apart, and it will be even slower. So that's basically just you working on the spiral center. That's just, you didn't do anything yourself. All you just did was you drag that preset and it automatically did that animation. So let's see. Okay, let me press Ctrl Z so I can bring back the typography itself. So it stops the animation on it. So I'm trying to go back. The reason why I'm trying to go back is so that I can get it how it was before I did that preset. So now it's now back to the way it was. So it's taking a while to load. So you could try another one. You understand? We have shuffle character, decoder. We have, so let's try fade up and flip, or let's say fade upwards. Fade upwards. These are usually the ones that are most common, fade upwards and fade up lines. So let's try fade up lines first. So like I said, it added two keyframes. If you press U on it, so to show the keyframe, press U, we'll show the keyframes that came about it. Okay, as you can see, these are the two keyframes that came about it. So once you play it, you will see what it does. So this is what we call fade. You see, these fade up lines, all it did was the O word faded from zero, opacity from 0 to 100. And what it means by fade up line is basically if I had two lines of text, it will fade up the first one, then fade up the second line. Yes, and this one works per line, per text on the line. If you were to try the fade up words instead, I'm sure that one works by word, meaning that my will fade up first while the name will come second. So let's try that fade up words. So I'm dragging it. It's here. So it seems fade upwards is going to be quite fast. So as you can see, this is what we call fade upward, meaning that it fades up, you understand, from 0 to 100 capacity per word. So if I write 5 letter words, each one of those words will keep coming up, you understand, it will keep fading in one by one. So that's for this preset. Let's try another one. There are lots of presets for um, animate in, but we just want to look at it bit. You can definitely look at the rest on your own time. So fade upward, fade up and flip, fade up character. I'm trying to see that sounds like okay. So see typewriter one. I'm sure people use this typewriter one a lot. So let's see what it does. So I'm playing it. As you can see, it's typing by itself, the way when words type. I'm definitely sure you've seen some animations, some what we say logo explanatory videos, you understand, and explainer videos and all that they use this type of animations for bringing in their words and all that. So they basically didn't do a lot. All they did was just drag one preset on each word they wanted, and they just adjusted the speed of it. If you want to adjust the speed, all you have to do is just adjust the spacing between the two keyframes, maybe the beginning and the ending keyframes. If I move it closer to type faster, see? So that's basically what they did for things like this. So if you can definitely check the remaining presets in your own time. So that's for animate in. So let's take a look at animate out. But like I said, there are lots of presets under animate in itself, as you can see. Yeah, they should be close to maybe over 20 or 30 presets, as you can see them. These are all them. So you can check them on your own time. So let me close that drop down. Let's now look at animate out. Animate out is usually used for maybe outro, you understand? Maybe the name was in view before, then you now want it to maybe fade out, move out, anything you want it to do. So let's pick, okay, there's fade out slow, stretch out each line, tell each word. Let's do fade out character first. So let's look at it. So you see what it did? Just fade out the words, like for an outro. So that's what it means for fade out character, meaning per each letter. That's what it's fading out, not the whole word. You understand? So if we were to try fade out slow, that one might work for the whole word. So you definitely all you have to do is just check out all the presets for any one of the text animation you want. So I'm playing this one. This fade out slow. So let's see what it does. Okay. I mean, wait. Um, so okay, so fade out slow makes it's almost the same thing as fade out character, but this one seems to flow more smoothly than the other one. This one is basically, I know that I feel this one is what they use for some outros, for some final video as well. Like they will write a name, then fill it out, then write the next line. Maybe they want to write our product is also this thing, you understand, and they are doing is playing all these slow musics. So I feel they use this one also a lot for for things like that. So you don't need to, basically, if you wanted to do this personally by yourself, you would have to go through a lot of problems. You understand? Firstly, you'd have to work with transfer the opacity, Then to do something like this, you might have to separate, if you wanted to do it yourself, you might have to separate each letter, then now individually make them fade out. You understand? That's a long process. Meanwhile, a preset has already done it for you with just a single click. So that's basically some of the usefulness of presets. So let's try one more one before we call it if they are looking at this. You can definitely look at the other presets for under text by yourself. But let's look at the last one over here. So let's play it. As you can see, this one doesn't look appealing, but it's also a method of outro. But this would not work for if you wanted to use do an explainer video. It looks too scattered. But these are basically there are lots of usefulness for other presets. So you just have to check each individual one and at least maybe know 2 or 3 ones in which you'll be able to be using for your any text animation whenever you have maybe scripts that have to do with you just animating text alone on different backgrounds. So this is basically just all it takes for text animation. So that is all for me. Are you doing any question? You can definitely just check out all the remaining presets for animating and animate out. Those are the basic ones you need for most of your animations, most of your text animation, whenever you have animations that do with text.